I've always had so much respect for people in serious, long-term, monogamous relationships. I just don't understand how someone can do such a thing, you know? Being committed and serious is one thing, but refraining from one's own temptation, that's cool. That's a whole new ordeal. How can anyone do such a thing? Can they stop a natural force such as libido? But anyway, I came across this Netflix series called Sex Explained, and naturally I jumped into it without any hesitation, but out of curiosity, of course. So, there are 5 episodes in total: sexual fantasies, attraction, birth control, fertility, and childbirth. Needless to say, the last 3 episodes are widely controversial, while the first 2 are more on the taboo side, especially in countries like Vietnam, where I'm from. Even for a documentary, Sex Explained can make a lot of viewers uncomfortable because it contains a lot of nudity. I couldn't even watch it at the office, for God's sake. Anyway, let's get to the review. As someone who works in the animation field, I cannot not talk about the production of the series. They use a lot of real interviews with real people, and this should bring about a sense of reality and truthfulness to the show. And the cast is so diverse as well, with people of different genders, different sexual orientations, different skin colors, and from many different backgrounds as well. This helps the audience see the topic from many different perspectives and giving the show a certain sense of objectivity. Other than real interviews, there are also scenes from old classic films to spice things up. Some are no more than 2 elephants hitting it off. And of course, animation. Mostly motion graphics though. They probably want to keep things simple and not distracting. Nonetheless, the animation certainly does its job well. You can also see the presence of whiteboard animation, especially in those scenes that involve a lot of technical terms. And last but not least, real papers presented as evidence and references. Oh, did I forget to mention that there are scenes from real porn? For a documentary talking about sex, that is inevitable, but don't worry, they are very short, and so viewers are not to worry that they will get turned on during the series. And for scenes that are too sensitive, like birth giving or some describing gangbangs, they don't appear too often in the series, so no worries, it's all good. Contrary to the common belief that documentaries are often visually boring, Sex Explained really stands out. The producers made sure to make all of their animations and visual aids stimulating enough for the viewers without being too extravagant that it becomes distracting. And overall, the animation is used subtly and wisely, along with a charming voiceover, and they blend so well to make an elegant creation. Now, to the content. Watching the first episode, Sexual Fantasies, does get your inner voice screaming, "Oh, that's why." Or sometimes, "Damn, I'm not the only one." And the second episode analyzes how love comes and goes. And so much for butterflies in the stomach. And of course, what comes last is all about birth giving. I almost cried in the last episode, Giving Birth, seeing the mothers enduring such unbearable pain, teetering on the thin line between life and death. And it makes me think of all the mothers I know, especially mine. And from now on, I will make sure to honor and cherish the scar on my mom's belly that she got the day I was born. This documentary is a very good example of storytelling. The viewers can easily concentrate without any interruption. The content is well organized and well researched, covering many sides of the matter. Not only does the show explain the ins and outs of sexual matters, it also manages to lift the awkwardness out of it, letting people know that it's okay to have undisclosed desires. What I remember most from the series is the animation explaining human evolution compared to that of the chimpanzees. A human female's uterus is more sophisticated and shaped to accommodate itself in the hip bone. That makes the baby's head bigger than the mother's uterus, and that's why humans have a harder time with birth giving than chimpanzees. Their uteruses and heads are the same size. And don't forget nudity. Nipples are freed in this documentary, which is really empowering and breathes new life into this matter. After all, sexuality is something personal and signature to each of us, and individual choice is really what matters when it comes to sex. At least, that's what I've learned from Sex Explained. Thanks for watching.